Hi Taurus, welcome back. We are here to do your twin flame check. And those of you who are new and don't know, I'm a twin flame as well as I'm a psychic medium. If you join the channel during the sessions of the collective downloads I get from twin flames, astrology, you can ask questions during the session. So feel free to join and keep up to date with what's going on with the collective and connected to your twin flame path. I am in union currently, lucky me. And we will have a look at the energy of what's coming through for you guys. Now, I did mention in the general read, which I will connect the actual link to this video for you to look at it after, for the actual general. Otherwise, you can go through to the channel and you can have a look at that. I'll kind of hyperlink any videos that are relevant to this and the twin flame path, and I will be adding other ones, hopefully, if I can keep my schedule tight this month. Informative videos that are going to help you through the process. And I think that's very crucial. You know, we can always look in and check in at the energy, but it's very important to know how to actually navigate through the twin flame path to reach union and for our ascension process. Now, April is a very, very karmic month. And forgive me if I refer to the collective as Taurus at the moment, because what's transitioning through your zodiac sign is your physical ascension, you know, into the spiritual path where you need to be. Now, that is going to be an uncomfortable feeling this year, but where it's going to place you, and this will be uniquely to your journey, uniquely to everyone collectively as a spiritual path, including the people around you. You know, everyone is sort of trying to find what's going to be in their high good. The astrology is going to be super helpful for you to navigate through that as well. So pay attention to the astrology and anything I obviously throw on the channel. Hopefully it can help you to understand and to make you feel that you're not going so crazy. Anything you're trying to make work right now, you're going to have to take a super mature approach. That may be also, you know, very difficult with the retrograde cycle. We have Mercury theoretically going direct. Although it is, there's still that frequency and the undertone of miscommunication, distortion, hidden energies of what we don't quite know but we're feeling. So taking the mature approach and checking in with yourself and saying, hey, I'm not feeling so great right now. Your energies in your twin flame path will cross-reference. And when I say that, you need to look at your twin zodiac sign. If you don't know your twin zodiac sign, it's not the end of the world. You're still going to move through the journey. It's just helpful to see how the energy becomes mirrored. So at times you'll listen to their zodiac sign and it'll almost be like you're listening to yours. And that's when you know it's sort of moving through. Again, anything you're moving towards, be it employment, be it, you know, having to take a really hard look at it with Saturn going retrograde at the end of the month in April, you're having to take accountability. So there's accountable energy here. What will block you is by focusing on the end result, okay? And that's really what's hindering us at the moment. Sometimes you need to be completely honest with yourself. And this is the mature approach. Not what does everyone else say, not what does everyone else feel, think. What are they doing versus what am I doing? What do I need to be truthful with myself right now in the way I'm investing in my connection, in, you know, be it you with them or not, it's regardless, it's still the energy you hold is what you're going to manifest. So if you're physically feeling, I'm really unsure because I haven't seen a 3D sign from that given person that they're purging, that they're moving, that they're ascending, or that they're communicating, therefore why would I need to make a decision? To be in dual energy and to be anchored in and taking accountability on your side of the fence is sometimes all you can do. As long as you're doing that, you're in alignment and prepared. This is a very, very karmic month coming through. So what can be coming through, which is interesting because we have 7 watching at the moment that we're aware of, because there can be hidden people that are watching that don't show their actual notation of being watching. 7 is coming up very relevant for collective twin flames, as well as 1111. The transformation and questioning, are you on the right path, is very relevant. All of us collectively are doing that. So Try not to be hard on yourself with that, but it's almost trusting in divine order coming through in April that this transformation that's coming through might not look like it's pretty, but it takes us to where we need to be. So the feelings we're having when we're not quite sure, it doesn't feel pretty, but at the same time, it's still taking us to a higher path. It's definitely with the 7 saying you're not on the wrong path, because where you are right now in your life, whatever is going on, is what you were supposed to be going through and dealing with. It's not to say it's nice or fair, but sometimes when we're in that dynamic, we can really say, hey, hang on a minute, am I on the right path? Did I step off my, path? The cycle of life energy is the reality is things are always changing, right? And we can get very afraid when a chapter ends and a new one's coming in. It's hard to be mature during that process because it's almost like you're a newborn child in a new story. So it's kind of like an oxymoron. It's like they're asking you to be mature regardless of not knowing how this is going to look, but it's a new chapter. And so sometimes we can get scared when we look at the astrology and we listen to readers, and, that frequency of the moon being in Libra in March at 0 degrees does denote new beginnings. January with a total eclipse in Capricorn, endings and new beginnings. All of this year, with the nodes being in Cancer and Capricorn, is endings and new beginnings, but it's a karmic cycle being cycled out. April is that. When you got the residue energy, especially when you're going through ascension, you're going through the purge, what we did last year, it's such a process. Now we're sort of tired and we're wanting the fruits of our labour. The seed was planted ever so long ago, and we're now wanting the outcome of that scenario. But it is a bit of, and all of us collectively might be getting a little bit like, when you want to have a brat attack, you're like, I want my cake and I want my bloody cake now. It's because of the frustration of the waiting, the unknowing, the lack of movement, the movement forward, the movement backward. It's like this really bad dance. It is moving forward, but this month's going to make that happen. Self-worth is coming in. Now, in the abundance sector of your chakra system, there is an energy coming through where you might be questioning, am I good enough? Am I a TF? Are they worthy? Can I put up with any more of this BS? That's okay, because that's part of the process. That is a part of the process of detachment. In reading, you can get a general layman term of what the process is to union. And they mention detachment. And we all question, what does that mean? It doesn't mean you don't love them, but you could get to the point you're quite pissed because things haven't moved. And it's not the attachment of a hat to look a certain way, because 9 times out of 10 through that process, everything you fed happened. Everything that you felt a lack of was shown. It's not about that. The detachment is you're so fatigued with the battle of the ego, the battle of the external, the battle of the 5D, that you release. And you're like, I'm so tired. It's going to be what it's going to be. And that detachment aspect does happen in stages. I feel for you guys, understanding, a process of what you're going through at the moment. Some people in their ascension symptoms were coming through, which I need to do a collective update, but I'll mention it here. Nausea similar to pregnancy. It's, again, the endings and new beginnings. Pluto going retrograde, similar. Endings, new beginnings, very relevant for April. It's the rebirth of the new. So you can be getting symptoms similar to nausea and pregnancy, and you're going, what's going on here? This is weird. It's due to the ascension symptoms. It's quite natural. But the base chakra activation and the nausea, it's all because you got base chakra coming up for the last 2 months. Last month, which theoretically is this month because I'm doing these videos early. Moving into April, it is, with the nodes being in Cancer, family. What's our tribe? How are we moving forward? Where do we connect? What is what we deem as tribe, and this can be our love interest. How do we fit into niche groups? How can we separate ourselves from those and still be our own energy? It's self-worth. It's our medicine, you know, it's in reverse. This is the process of what's coming up for you guys. And doing things the old way just simply isn't going to work because you have changed. But it might be that you don't understand that you can invest in an abundant sense differently, but you might be scrutinizing the actual movement forward, you know, and concerned with the base shape of, hey, is this foundation okay? And, you know, when we say healthy boundaries, and I did preach that all last year. Now, I've been on the journey for 18 years. For me, now back in what one would deem as union, the energy is the healthy boundaries. Bring that up when it comes about. Don't get stressed out and go, okay, I'm going back in, or this person's now contacted me and now I've got to go and like Adolf Hitler. No, you don't. Understand that if the energy of TF does come towards you, is because you've actually released. Once you've released, they move towards you. And it's literally when you've lost all hope. It's like, you know what, I'm so tired. Love and light. If it happens, it happens. And you release. And it's the work after that factor you need to keep in your own frequency. Because when you ever shift your energy too much onto them, detachment happens. Then when you are working with them, if there's conflict, detach and regather your center, your core center. That's what keeps the movement happening. If too attached of an egoic experience, detachment happens again and separation happens. So it's knowing those cycles and understanding the work that is done on you does balance it out for that. It's a process. And even now back in it, it's still a process, trust me. It's just different. It does balance. But you need to be balanced in order to handle that. Family at the moment is choppy. Again, nodes in Cancer. So Taurus, for you guys especially, on your spiritual path, and everyone collectively, considering Uranus is in Taurus this year, it's our spiritual path, how we're ascending, how we're moving towards it. Any karmic frequencies are causing choppy waters. What will block it can potentially be the dream state, being in delusions, you know, the illusions, delusions, you know, only focusing on these things, that this is going to happen or that's going to happen. Now, I'm going to tune into that a bit further because this is a very heavy message coming through. Although there's choppy waters, try not to tune in how it's going to resolve, because that's going to block you. Trust in the process of what's happening. The egoic experience can be, oh, good grief, this isn't going to turn out positive. Even if we do correlate positive being simply black and white positive, we don't understand a tower moment can equal positive. Similar to the Saturn retrograde, anything we're not doing correct, we're going to be shown, and it can come down. It may feel uncomfortable and scary at the time, but it wasn't working anyway. It's like saying you're going to live in a home that has, you know, that's faulty towers. It's built on imbalanced ground and believing it's going to last lifetimes. It's not real. So it's that facade we have. Trust in the process. That's what's coming through. Other people around you are healing this situation, even if you physically feel left out in the cold and you're not seeing it that way. Your first card for the way you are applying your energy to this month is, it's hard to be mature, especially when there's choppy ground. Take the external view. Be the fly on the wall. Create healthy boundaries when needed. Anything that comes up for you is going to move you towards your higher path. You are going to need to use everything. With other people, only mix with people. You know, you can't fix other people, okay? You got these two cards. This is how other people's energy is coming in. They may be visually voicing opinions, looking at the situation, looking at the story. There could be egoic energy going on here. How you relate to them is completely up to you, be it their frequency. Now, if you're only mixing at the moment, and there's a lot of karmic frequency around at the moment, and I don't generally talk about it because I don't try to give it energy, but the energy is very heavy. And when you've moved to a certain point of your ascension process and you've tapped into the collective and your psychic gifts, and all TFs have that, what you find is you absorb karmic frequency and lower frequency. You sense it, hear it, feel it. So the purging process is almost like you are channeling that frequency and it's going through you. So it's going to affect your vibration. Do be cautious, but you can't hide under a rock. It's part of the process, but it's going to knock you for 6 with the frequencies of other people. Just be mindful of that. And I do feel it's fear-based, fight or flight. And I'm feeling sacral chakra, solar plex energy connected to your spiritual path, connected to this manifestation, really frustrating you. Use crystals. I mean, I was really guided to, and the message was coming through from March. Get your crystals out. Clear your crystals. See which ones you're directly attracted to. I have anything from amethyst to citrine to onyx, clear quartz, jade, anything you're guided to. You want to protect yourself against negative energy. You can have the tiger eye, or again, you know, use clearing tools that you feel are relevant. Like I said, it can be your salt at your door. It can be the smudge sticks, the sage. I was finding that incense wasn't strong enough for this frequency moving forward. So I've gone back to a lot of sage. Really detoxify with fluid at the moment, because as the nausea's coming up, you're detoxing and having an upgrade. So try and keep your fluid levels up. What you're not seeing coming is people that aren't meant to be in your life are moving away. And I'm not talking about your twin. You guys singularly are doing a purge to do this energy. And both of you do it at different intervals, but there may be a feeling that you're being left out in the cold and people are stepping away and people are moving into different groups and different waves and they're stepping up and going down and you're thinking, have I been left behind? No, you just did a stage. You can amplify that stage in 24 hours. Don't get paranoid. Don't get upset about it. There is movement. Every person's process, you've got to look at your chakras as semi-past life plus this lifetime and blockages. So when you're doing the work on them, or you have a painful experience coming up or an ailment in an area, tuning into that and doing the work on it when grounded enough is important, because that is something that will hinder you moving forward. Many moons ago, we would sweep things under the carpet. We're now like a full bottle. You know, we did a lot of purging last year. Have we learnt? Don't hold on to things. Don't sweep things under the carpet. You know, so you can proceed forward. You don't want to be taking that baggage forward. So when people are moving weight, it's usually because you're going through an upgrade and you're having a transition in life. This is going to alleviate the burdens. So anyone that's getting up in your face and irritating you and needing upon you, they're not part of your tribe. Don't worry about them. And this can be karmic energies as well. So, you know, where you're getting to a point you're thinking, God, is this going to balance out? Yes, it is. It's not yours to handle, though. It's hard. You're like, Argh. It's moving. It's balancing, but you feel in the hangman position. Taurus, again, base chakra, and this comes through in your general read. Needing to listen. Again, I'm hearing frequencies and hearing tones and vibrations is coming through loud and clear to you guys. You're sensing things. You're unable to take the lead in every domain. You're wanting it to be balanced, and some things are out of your power at the moment. You're very much manifesting now. This is the second. You've got a lot of 7 cards here at the moment. Again, 7 is very relevant. Again, connected to the spiritual twin flame path. Everyone collectively as well as directly to Taurus. Meditation, seek. Again, I was mentioning the lower chakras. It is in your control to manifest this situation moving forward. Your twin is trying to embrace these changes and the new way of doing things and heart chakra and will and moving into ascension. The energies are dual. Yes, there's instability. Yes, the karmic energy and the cleanup factor is heavy. They don't want to go with the flow any longer. They want this change, but they do feel, in a way of communicating, they feel stuck. How to express what's going on, how to understand what's going on. They know where they want to go, but they're looking at the two perspectives, and it's like no matter what they do, it's going to be messy. And I feel they're answering to two areas in life. And again, the energies swap, it's a dual. Awaiting results, which come through in the general read. Planted a seed and waiting for things to come to fruition. But it's interesting because it's like they're looking back and they're looking over to you of an anger towards why they didn't make a decision differently. But that's the past and they're purging that. Their intent is a coming together. So your counterpart wants to come towards you. Overall for your chakra cards, you've got heart chakra. Fairness in reverse. Fairness in reverse. That can be, again, owning self-worth. Lower chakras. Knowing that you're worthy. Desire upright. Keep grounded and understand what you want. When we manifest from our third eye, which is usually the egoic experience, it blocks it because we're trying to perceive how it's going to be. And it's okay to healthily say, I have a knowingness that it's going to come about. I have a knowingness of what I want and picture it, but how so rigidly is problematic because it blocks it. And if there's two potential scenarios, you've got one foot in one door, one foot in the other. It comes through, but it could get messy. You could get two scenarios at the given time and have to make a decision. So you've got to do some meditation on what you desire. That is the key for this month. You won't feel grounded, but you're wanting it. You're moving towards this within the connection. In your own life, you might not feel so grounded. Address those issues or areas because they're part of the path. Again, you can't see, which is funny because, like I mentioned to you guys, 4 Taurus twin flames. Uranus is in Taurus, which is the spiritual path. Hi, Carmen. So for you guys, it's almost like you're wanting to get on that path spiritually, but what you're going to have to understand is spirituality is feeling and trusting, and it's 5D, right? It's the work we have to do in the 3D, but it's then disconnecting and allowing the 5D to actually help. So you may not see the smoke for the clouds, but it's still coming. You know, remove the egoic experience or the fears or the frequencies of needing to understand. You feel the movement is, you can't see, you feel like you're being lied to, you feel like there's something that you can sense coming and it's giving you a heavy vibration. You're afraid of it, but it's for the betterment. Just trust. Okay, does that make sense? There is a very large energy of something coming. And that, again, is for everyone collectively. We know something's coming. It's like a tornado. It's coming. Whatever that is, trust that universe would never give you anything you couldn't handle, and that if you've asked the universe to help you with this process, egoic experiences, I asked for a convertible and all I got was a brand new job and it's $180,000 a year. And it's like, you've now been given the tool to buy the convertible. Think about it. Ask the universe to assist you. You still have to do the work. They still have to do the work. You know, checking in with yourself can all be about, okay, we can at times be in our ego and say, we don't want our twin flame, but then we're on videos and it's like, okay, are you being honest with yourself? You know, rather say, I'm not too impressed with TF today. This TF journey is paying me. That's fine. We've all been there. We've all been there. I mean, I have decided that I'm going to start doing videos based upon my story. And I know it's going to make me super emotional. It has been an 18-year journey, which God knows how long else it will be. And, you know, a lot of people don't know. They don't know that I am. They don't know the path I've been on. And we do, in a pain body experience, especially from readers, say, hey, you know, how do you know what I've been through? No story is the same. And it doesn't mean yours is any less than mine or mine is any less than yours. You know, we each have lessons from past life and from pain body experiences from this life. By working on those, it frees us because we can't walk each other's truth. We can't walk each other's path. But there is a lot of, am I, aren't I? You know, that energy in a twin flame path directly comes up for you to question that because you were already questioning it yourself. You know, even when we talk about the fake twin, I call them two things. They were manifested in because you weren't ready for your twin flame. So, again, we're looking outside of ourselves and we're saying, no. It was, you know, when it is your twin. You know, because they are one, it's like a sickness that you can't get rid of. And, you know, energetically, you will feel if you're further away, you're safer. And once you're closer, you know you're not. So you know you're a twin. If you have been open to another energy, it's because where you were in a spiritual purge upgrade point, you weren't ready. And that's not bad. And you can't feel shame, guilt, or remorse about that. Especially since I only realised I was a twin 2 years ago. But I've been psychic all my life. Any questions? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be interesting. And no one's immune to it. I mean, don't think for a second I don't purge and I don't have temper tantrums and you know, all of that I still have to go through. Any questions before I release this video to the Krakens of society? Get on with my clients' videos. Yeah, I did a treatment and I've trimmed it a bit because I can't lie down without getting stuck. Because it's kind of like, yes, it's very long. Yeah, it's all soft now. Apart from the fact because I use henna, it smells like grass, and my twin laughs at me. And I said, hey, you know, I'm organic, I'm green. It's going to be pretty heavy. Look, financially speaking and globally speaking, we are going through one of the biggest changes of the century. Nobody is immune to that, not twins, not anyone. So there's going to be change and reform. There'll be change in the ways we deal with our finances, the way we actually look, tower moments when you think about them, national disasters, they bring people together, which is then the total scientific, you know, aspect I'm trying to make out and help you understand is on a spiritual path. Sometimes we can say the world's never going to change. Sometimes it takes a disaster to help that change happen. And unfortunately, it's like, you know, when people were starving around the world, it took the world, you know, world vision to come about. You know, when children were sick in hospitals, creating events where they had fundraisers. It's like people come together when disasters happen. And it's what binds us and brings us together to have a communal sense for a given cause. So similarly, universe does work with us in that way to help us get our shit together. But, you know, people are scared about their finances and they are worried about, you know, whether love is love and whether you can be uniquely yourself moving into this world and be accepted. And how much crap you're willing to take to make that happen. But yes, we do have Mercury going direct, frequency there till about the 1st to the 2nd week. Jupiter going retrograde, prevention of growth. Pluto going then retrograde. What are we going to end? Really reflecting on what did end, what needs to end, what we can bring back, what we can resurrect. what new energies we want to bring in, which again, Tower moments, if needed. And Saturn in opposition to the nodes. And then retrograde by the end of the month, you know, and that's for 4 to 5 months. So, yes, we have a pocket of time when they're going to be direct and then bang, and nicely, neatly staggered, but it's a time of change. But there is the undertone of karmic frequency cycling out, and what we need to aggressively do, either universe will intervene or it will come about, you know, from our own consciousness of knowing. If we have taken steps, we're in alignment. If we haven't, it will be shown and we will have to deal with it. But we need to do the work. We need to do the work. We can't give our power away. We need to do the work. If you have a knowing of what you need to do it. If you don't, then universe will show you. Love and light. If you're wanting a booking, the link is below. And I'll see you on the other side.